All right. So we are back here on the Omer Count leading up to Pentecost. This would be the letter that would be the portion tied to day 2 of the Omer Count. And this is a 50-day count leading up to the day of Pentecost. By Jewish tradition, they would be reading through Psalm 119 leading up to the Feast of Shavuot. And so that's why this is, I find there's something very interesting about this. So today's letter is Beyt, which is the second letter in the Hebrew alphabet. This is also regarding Psalm 119, 9 through 16. And today we're going to start off, of course, with a song, the Zion Christian Press song, and we're going to go ahead and play that song, and then we're going to read the Beyt portion of Psalm 119 here on the second day of the Omer Count. And then we'll learn a little bit about the letter Beyt and see if there's anything interesting that we can connect with this portion reading and that particular letter. So I'm going to jump over here, and oh man, I love this music. I've fallen asleep to it many times. These 40,000 views, like probably a few thousand of them are mine. Okay, here we go. Psalm 119, Beyt. How can a young man keep his way pure?
How can a young man keep his way pure? By living according to your word. I do seek you with all my heart. Don't let me stray from your commands. I have hidden your word in my heart, that I might not sin against you. Praise be to you, O Lord. Oh, teach me your decrees. With my lips I recount all the laws that proceed from your mouth. I rejoice in following your statutes, as one rejoices in great wealth. I meditate on your precepts, and I consider all of your ways. I delight in your decrees. I will not neglect your word. I delight in your decrees, and I will not neglect your word. How can a young man keep his way pure?
Awesome. Sweet. Cool. All right. So that was the letter Beyt over here on Zion Christian Press. And now we're going to read through the King Jimmy. Jumping over here. This is verses 9 through 16. And it says, "Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word. With my whole heart have I sought thee. O let me not wander from thy commandments. Thy word have I hid in mine heart, that I might not sin against thee. Blessed art thou, O Lord, teach me thy statutes. With my lips have I declared all the judgments of thy mouth. I have rejoiced in the way of thy testimonies as much as in all riches. I will meditate in thy precepts, and have respect unto thy ways. I will delight myself in thy statutes. I will not forget thy word. All right, so jumping back over here, I'm going to now read through the Sefer version of Psalm 119, letter Beyt portion, verses 9 through 16. And this is what it says. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to your word. With my whole heart have I sought you. O let me not wander from your commandments. Your word have I hid in my heart, that I might not sin against you. Blessed are you, O Yahuwah. Teach me your statutes. With my lips have I declared all the judgments of your mouth. I have rejoiced in the way of your testimonies, as much as in all riches. I will meditate in your precepts, and I have respect unto your ways. I will delight myself in your statutes. I will not forget your word. Awesome. So, like we're going to be doing every time, jumping over to Jeff Benner's breakdown of the meaning and the pictography behind this second letter of the Hebrew alphabet, Beyt. And jumping over here on ancient Hebrew, or it's ancient hyphen Hebrew. I'm going to get this wrong probably every time. But anyway, so this is the letter Beyt, as presented by Jeff A. Benner, breaking down the meaning of this. And what I would ask you guys as you're watching this is if you see any connections with the letter and the portion reading, leave them in the comments below. I would love to hear your insight. All right, so Beyt. This is what it would look like in early Hebrew, middle Hebrew, late Hebrew, and modern Hebrew. And the pictograph is the floor plan of a tent. And the meaning is often a family, a house. The word Beth actually is the word house. So history and reconstruction, several variations were used for the original pictograph, including these. Each of these pictographs is a representative of a house or a tent. The pictograph is chosen as it best represents the nomadic tents of the Hebrews. The tent was divided into two sections, men's and women's, with the entrance at the front of the tent in the men's section and an entrance from the men's to the women's section. The Hebrew word Beyt, the name of this letter, means house or tent, as well as family. A common designation for a family is to identify the house of the family patriarch, such as the house of Jacob. The meanings of this letter are, once again, house, tent, family, as well as in, with, inside, or within, as the family resides within the house or tent. All right, and it says the Greek equivalent is the name Beta. In Arabic, it's Beyt. I don't know if they had an accent there, but this letter is pronounced with a B and would translate to our modern English B. So very interesting. I'm going to scroll down here, see if there's any interesting charts. This shows us the transformation of this letter through history as it kind of evolved through the various languages. Once again, this chart is fairly interesting as well. It looks like kind of like a little swirl, but you have an entrance. You can see kind of like an entrance, and it definitely does resemble something that could, be likened to a house. But anyways, guys, that was the letter Beyt, and this is day 2 of the Omer Count, and I'm really excited to be doing this because once again, I have a theory. If we align our heart to the heart of Yah, just like David aligned his heart and then was called a man after Yah's own heart, I feel like there's a connection there between us submitting and lining our hearts up with His Word and the receiving of His Spirit and the filling of His Spirit that we see in the New Testament concept happened at Pentecost, the Feast of Shavuot, a very significant time. And so I can't help but to wonder, were the apostles themselves doing these readings, getting their hearts ready to be a servant's heart like David's heart was? Man, this is interesting, and I'm really excited. So I'll leave it at that. This has been Letter Beyt, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. For those of you who actually tuned into this live, you're going to recognize that I actually had to do two of these letters on the same day, Aleph and Beyt. But hey, I think this will be good, and we're excited to be going through this. So tomorrow's letter is Gimel, and I can't wait to see what the Scripture has to unfold for us regarding the love of the Torah of the Most High. So we'll see you guys then.